Yeah, swaps and stuff, rims big as monster trucks, wide harnesses, yeah boy we stock 'em up. Hit subscribe so you know you stay in the loop. Hit the bell, new videos coming soon. Yeah, swaps and stuff, rims big as monster trucks, wide harnesses, yeah boy we stock 'em up. Hit subscribe so you know you stay in the loop. Hit the bell, new videos coming soon.
Swaps and stuff. Check it out. You can see these springs are way sagging pretty bad. They're shot. Whole lot's got to take place to get the springs in. I have to go get a spring compressor. I had one. I have no idea where it went. Dude, big shout out, little rabbit. Rabbit, I had yours, man. That's probably gonna be the ride height. Not sure. Somewhere around in there with, once you put the 28s on it, if you look at the wheel, it looks to be centered in the wheel well. And I do know that the 28s will mount up in that position. So we good. It's just fighting that coil spring up front. That is dangerous. Dangerous, dangerous, dangerous. Nothing to it but to do it, y'all. What up? What up, what up, what up, what's happening? Look. General idea what the rear gonna look like. Of course, I done had them on there though. But that front is gonna be sitting a little lower than the back. A little rake look, which, from what I gathered, he wanted to set even. So I don't know. We're gonna get this other spring in and see how it do. That's what we're gonna do. Let's just put this other spring in, bolt the wheels on, see what it does. Because in order for us to go up any more without having to do any other work, them upper control arms are gonna need to be extended in some way, or by aftermarket, or by lift spindles. Man, for y'all that don't know, I'll show y'all when I get to the Cutlass. Because I'm telling you, there's another way. It worked for me. Not saying it's gonna work for y'all, but to get these cars up in the front, there is another way, and it worked for me. Like I said, when I get over to the Cutlass, we get on that build, I will talk about it and bring it up and show you exactly what I did to raise the front of the car up. And I'm saying somebody's probably already done it. I know they have. There it is. Got the old spring out. Going in with the heavy duty universal car lift spring. This thing is filthy underneath here. You can tell this car's been sitting a long while. Yeah, man. See what we got going on. We'll go over here. See the difference in the springs and the coils. This is a lot thicker spring. This is a lot thinner spring. Of course, it's taller, seems to be, but it's bad. That spring's sagging real bad. So I'm gonna go ahead and use this spring compressor here. I like the one with the plate here versus this, but we'll see what happens, man. So here's what I do. Others probably do it different. Get the shock out, get the sway bar end links out. I leave the other stuff hooked up because all I'm dropping is at bottom. I'll hit it with the impact to get the ball joint nut off. Smack the ball joint with the pickle fork. Get it in between here, smack it, separate it, let the jack down, spring falls out. Now, it don't go back in that way. You have to have a compressor. At least that's what I had to have to get the other side in. You see the turn-ins, the knuckle turn-ins? They didn't do a lick of good on this car. These shocks are bad. Like I said, wire wheel this frame is gonna need that. It's definitely gonna need that with some black paint, and then, you know, bring it back to life. But like I said before, man, this car's been setting a long time, way before, you know, he got it, and then after he got it, it sat. And it's been doing a little bit of setting now since we've done the little LS swap in it. And then I had to do the, since I moved the rear end back, I had to do something different with the drive shaft. And what I ended up doing was just getting a stock drive shaft, because the replacement of the engine and the other drive shaft, I had to make the drive shaft shorter. So I did that, and then I moved the rear end back. A stock Caprice drive shaft worked perfect. So let me go ahead and get this ball joint loose, and we'll come back. All right, as very well know, you might not want to use a swivel on a impact, but I did. 15/16 was the size of the bolt. Now I'm not sure if it's just gonna pop. I don't know how much pressure I got on here just to get it in there, so we're gonna guess I need to hit it with my purse, right? Not the ideal hammer, but we're doing it. All right, I got him out. Springs halfway hanging in and out, whatever you want to call it. That ball joint's probably shot, man. But the thing on this one, the shock, the moment I pulled the two bolts to hold the bottom of the shock in, the shock fell out. You still see the end up there. So I'm gonna put a pair of vice grips on it and hold it from the bottom, and then twist it from the top, because it's very rusty. Man, yeah, it's nasty rusty. But the easy part, or the hard part, is done. That part anyway. The harder part will be to get the bigger, thicker, heavier, stiffer spring back in. So let me get to it. Like I said, this spring here shouldn't be under much pressure. It's not. So, like I said, others may do this differently. I found this way to work for me better, is to just pull the bottom ball joint out, and then it's got a little pressure. Like I said, man, this ain't the ideal hammer to get this out. You know what I mean? A pry bar would be nice, because look at all this. Look at all that, man. Like I said, a pry bar would be nice. But the ball joint had plenty of grease in it, which is good to see. Always good to see grease in the ball joint. I'm going to try to get this out, the spring out, and then I'll get back with y'all once I get it out. Like I said, I still got to get the top half of the shock out. And there it is. And with me leaving some of this still intact, it was still under pressure. Like I said, not a lot, but it was. And when it jumped out, that kept it from flying right out. So I guess, you know, it's a plus to have that in there, in a sense. Again, I probably should have used a bigger hammer. I got one somewhere. Not having being able to use two hands on this kind of sucks. So again, let me go ahead and get this out. There's a big difference in it. Big difference in the springs. And then like the twist ends, if that tells you anything, you know that one just fell right out. And they've been in there a long time. I hold on to these because for some reason I might need to put them in with the new spring, because like I was saying, the front is not sitting level with the back. The back is sitting just a tad bit higher, and I don't know if that's more to do with the fact that we've changed the trailing arms. You know, I have drove it the way it was, you know, with the rear up higher in the front. So I get this front one in. We're gonna test fit these 28s, see what we got. I do know this. Let me focus. As my man would say, focus, focus, focus. Y'all know who I'm talking about, man. This had to come out and then pull out. You know what I'm saying? I have a feeling that's that. And I think some of this may need to be like this. Might need to take a hammer and hit that, and then that'll be it. We're still on the jack stands right now, so I'm not 100% sure what the clearance issues is going to be, but I feel like there's going to need to be a twist in or somewhere just for us to sit level with the rear. 28s on the box. You know, and actually though, they went on a lot easier than it did before with the old janky springs. You know, those springs are shot. They ain't worth a darn. So like I said, the twist ends may have to go in. Caprice Classic 28s. You know, we shall see what it do. We shall see what it will do. Right now I'm putting a little air in the tires. Uh-oh. Put a little air in the tire. Ah, man, they need to be wire wheeled and painted black underneath very bad. But I'll let my brother do that. What up? You see it. Got the driver's side on, man. Look. That clears. Of course, you know, it's a little tight right there. A little bit of finagling, you know, it'll make that. But over here on this passenger side, you can see why. I'll show you. Look, this is the body bushing. Gone. Real tight over here. And I actually took this out like so, like they say to do, is undo that bolt, undo that arm underneath there, and then pull it out. Now see, we might be golden with that. Do a little trimming right in here and folding back. We might be golden, but it definitely needs body bushings. I got a piece of shim stock underneath here now, holding it up. To where before it was sagging real hard. The bolt was gone, rusted into. So, but we on there. We're clear. Got the springs in. So next is the rear. And like I said, you know they do. So to pull this out like so, and then we might not have to do anything. You know what I mean? If I pull that out. Get it out to where it stay out. Uh-oh, I'm sorry. Get it out to where it stay out. We might not have to do a thing. Still, just in case, though, we might go and trim that out. But it's supposed to be no cut, no rub. So we're going to try to do it like that. And I would have, you know, I knew something had to be done with the front. The jack's not holding it up now. So It's all sitting on its own suspension. I don't have the rear end yet. I like the position of it. It's not sitting too tall over top of the tire. And it's not leaning. You know what I mean? It's not no major camber problems. So, we'll see. Alright, man. We got all 4 of them on. Let's take a look. My battery's about to die, so we gotta hurry up and do a walk around for my battery die. We sitting a little high in the back, I think. Need to drop the back. We know some people is on this squat tip. You know what I mean? But he ain't on that. Excuse me. Yep, so, you know, he get the fender fixed. He got 8s. All the way around. All the way around. 28s. Tell me what y'all think, man. Tell me what y'all think.